Hello, hello. Thank you for your time. My name's John Wright, and they keep me stressed out quite a bit with this, what they do around me. Matter of fact, I've had county cars pass my house constantly today, and I waved to them. Matter of fact, there's a helicopter right there. Listen, you hear that? You see, they come right here. Matter of fact, I got a carpet right there. It's right here, right now. Right there. I seen it. You see what they do is they come right here at my place, and I've got a presidential carpet right out here outside of my house, and you can see it on the other films that I have. I used to have it back here on the wall, but when they started doing flybys and closeness right here at my house, because they're doing this police surveillance here, they're doing government surveillance right here around me. There's a flight pattern, but this here stuff is below the flight pattern, and this is government fucking aerial. That's, you can tell when it's little government. They fly around really low, right around these people's houses right here that's been harassing me. And, I don't make up this shit. The shit is happening, and it does happen. So anyway, now in Port Angeles, my brothers was acting out quite a bit. And, I could go and I could start talking about how my brother got Stan Hoyt to drink piss down at the river. And, you don't want to piss off somebody like Stan Hoyt. Because Stan Hoyt's like Popeye on steroids 24/7, especially when he drinks some piss underneath the Tilton Bridge with a bunch of Jerry's friends down there laughing at him. And by the way, the stories is that the tube saw killers. I could take up this time, or we could go to another story in Port Angeles. There's an old man that lives right across the street from my house. I'm being kept in a cage. I get out from time to time. I'm being fed cat food. Little Frisky's cat food. I got a bag of it right here, by the way. I don't own the cat, but I goddamn have things to remind me of shit that could happen to me. Matter of fact, I don't even have goddamn dishes. I eat out of cartons, whatever. A frying pan. Constantly, I just redo the frying pan. I don't have to wash dishes. You know what? I eat out of goddamn dirty dishes. I may wipe them out. There's not mold growing in them. I'll go out and rinse them out from time to time. I bet you don't live like this. I bet you've never lived under these conditions. Matter of fact, I don't know how many Americans actually lived under the conditions I've been, but except some of my friends that lived underneath bridges and down at the rivers, because there's people like goddamn Republican weirdos that fucking come down on these people. Matter of fact, they would run them into drugs. And it was the Republican fucking pigs and the druggies. And you know what? I have friends that are druggies. If Mr. Biden's son has a problem with drugs, look who's goddamn created the goddamn mess to begin with. It's the motherfucking cops that can't even keep the drugs out of the area. You know why? Because they're trafficking them in. They're selling them. They're getting a profit from it. They're getting a profit from it. Everybody's goddamn happy, man. It's the way their system works. And you know what? And by the way, if somebody like me's popular, I had so many people line up to get my goddamn bowling alley. When I ran Herb's bowling alley, it's like it's my bowling alley, because Herb would start telling people that that's my bowling alley instead of his bowling alley, because he didn't want his name even attached to that bowling alley. And by the way, I wouldn't mind meeting Mr. Herb Kreitzer. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind seeing Mr. Bruce Kimsey, that detective down in Lewis County that knows he's goddamn dirty. How do you feel today, Mr. Kimsey? Remember, I came to you and you asked me how I was going to portray you in my book? You're a criminal, you little bitch. Matter of fact, you're more than a criminal. You're a faggot. That's right. You're a homosexual, Mr. Kimsey, that's hiding like you're a professional, but really, because you have that type of demeanor, you didn't care about those old people. You didn't care about Rhonda Reynolds. You didn't care about the stories that I was telling you, even though you guys were running me around in the three-ring circus. Matter of fact, you guys murdered Rhonda Reynolds. That came to my house over road rage incidents from uh, my attorney's office, James Rowland. And by the way, the Department of L&I has documents inside my file to prove the relationship between Mr. Rowland and me. He was fired, and also it'll probably allude to all the pieces fitting together. This aroma of Tacoma. Mr. Kimsey would go out and he would tell people that he was on assignment going up there, like he was the bad guy setting up this little thing, like this, a reverse retard thing, just like the Republican Party does in Donald Trump. Dump Trump, dump these Republican Party people that's down there in Lewis County. Matter of fact, I'd like to see these bitches locked up. Now you talk about down there in Port Angeles, Washington, the old man that lived across the street from me, the old man. I'll tell you what, those houses right there around that house of my dad's, it's like a fucking warning and a threat to people. What's happening right there? Right to the right of it, there's a trailer house right there that has blocks on top of the roof. What kind of a threat is that? Have you ever seen cement blocks placed on top of the roof? What? We'll throw boulders on you if you say a goddamn word. How about the other house? You go on the other side of the house, there's a little window over there in the fence. Look through it. Can't you see what's going on? And by the way, there's a canine dog right there on the mailbox. Right there, a canine right there. They're fucking warning you. The goddamn fucking cops are right there in that goddamn house of my dad's. And by the way, my dad built that playroom that's on the back of that fucking house. It's on the right-hand corner of that house if you look at it. My sister's bedroom was right there in the front. Our bedroom is right there behind that bedroom. There's a walkway from my bedroom right into that playroom because I was allowed to walk into that playroom to be in my goddamn playroom instead of that fucking cage they put me in while my dad went to California. My dad built that playroom for me because they knew they were going to be holding me in that fucking house. But no, when he got back, they had me in a goddamn rabbit cage. And I'll tell you another thing about when my dad came home and they had 50 pigeons out there behind the house, and those guys had me catching them for them. They'd take me out of the cage, take me to the thing, lift up the thing, get the fucking thing out. I'd reset the trap for them, put the fucking food and set it in there. The pigeon would get through, and then they fucking continued that through life, killing the people that would come around me like it was a trap to get near me. And they'd kill people that I loved. Now, how do you feel today? Because I am telling you the goddamn truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. These people need to be rounded up. They need to be fucking hung. I could tell you about another incident that, across the street, that old man, he's over there across the street telling my brothers, I hope you die with your bellies down. I hope you die with your... But when you die and they bury you, I hope you're buried with your bellies down. That poor man next door, they had him taken away, saying that he was senile and stuff. That old man had a chicken place, had a chicken coop in the back, had chickens and stuff. They took him away. His chickens starved. What a terrible goddamn thing they did to these people. Not just that person. How about Jackie Stockard next door, another old person? They fucking burnt behind her house. And by the way, they murdered those Merwins. And by the way, out there at Forks, when they took my sister, Jerry, and Jim out, my sister Bonnie can tell you this here story right there. You hear that? That's what I say. If I pissed off one of those Republican bitches, I don't give a fuck. You hear that? That's why they have the fucking surveillance around here too. The guy fucks up, he might get hung for all as I care. It's for all I care, because if they're using their cars as weapons, just like guns, like a BB gun from over there across the way, that shot my motorhome right here. Back there I have a lion on the back of my motorhome because I'm telling my family, do you think I'm lying? I made this Sir bowling alley, this 37-foot motorhome, like a beer bottle cap that tells a goddamn story. The Zodiac sticker on the front, the man falling from the sky, all of this stuff here. Don't have anybody think out there that I'm pulling smoke on you for a political stunt to ruin Donald Trump. I'm telling you because I've been ripped off for a gold mine in Nevada. I've been ripped off for a $1.5 million deal on a bowling alley in Fairways Bowling Center. When I had $50,000, me and my real estate agent, I couldn't get into that bowling alley in Morton, Washington, and those guys got into it for fucking sitting in their $400 fucking thing to renew the loan. I had $50,000. They sold it to him for $70,000. I asked him, I said, how much did you pay for it? $70,000. They told me how they got it. Then when I seen it painted Sheriff Greens, I said, what possessed you to paint it this color? And then the Victory Lance lanes and stuff came on that building later on. And I asked them why they named it what they've done it. You know, I never told them about Terry Lance Shortridge. They started asking me about the history of that bowling alley, and I actually sent them photos of stuff of Mitzi Fairhart standing there without showing her face, just the backside of her. Mitzi Fairhart, this woman that's like Amelia Earhart, larger than life, that put up this bowling alley that they hid this their money behind. They hide it behind women and children, and I guarantee you that the Fairhart in Morton, Washington, the Fairhart family, is responsible for the 50 American servicemen that was murdered in Beirut. And I would suggest that you hang those motherfucking Fairharts, and you fucking hang that Middle East thing on them exactly where it goddamn belongs. They took the money from the right here, the Pacific Northwest, over that D.B. Cooper money, and they invested in bowling, their own little casinos and stuff, and the Twin Star credit unions. And the 21st one is in Morton, Washington. They closed it. They closed the 21st one. You know, it's like Donald Trump with this number that's 88022. That equals 20, like the $20 airline ticket for the D.B. Cooper stunt. That's my face that's on that card right there. That there came off of my Herb Kreitzer's camera in Lewis County when I ran his bowling alley on Market Street. You can mark it with an X. And like Justin Mark over there at my bowling alley on Fairways Bowling Center, all that income, that's $50,000 a month income coming in that bowling alley for 9.5, 10 months out of the year. And by the way, when I run that bowling alley, I have bowling all season long. They never had the bowling alley filled in August like they were saying. Jesus Christ, they've never seen bowling like this, and that's because I was D.B. Cooper's son. I was going to all the fairs. I was giving out bowling passes, bowling cards, and stuff like that. I had a demolition derby car that was in the fair that ended up being on top. There's a photo right there in the Chronicle newspaper. It was right there inside of the bowling alley. It said Wright's Fairlanes Bowling Center. They stole that. They ran on my name. They got people to spend money in there on my name, and they ruined my name. And by the way, when I show up at the bowling alley and everybody knows I'm there, the bowling alley fills up. Like I've got some kind of status and stuff that I didn't even know I had. So thank you for your time, and I'm going to have to cut this off, but I'm just telling you, I'm professional. When you come in the bowling alley, if you want a goddamn bowling lesson, you want to become a better bowler, I'll teach you how to bowl, and I will not fucking hold back. I will let you goddamn bowl a 300 game, and you will have the confidence to do it. So come on down. That's what I say. Come on down. You're next.